Okay, happy Wednesday, everybody. I had a special request yesterday from a viewer to talk about feminine and masculine energies. I'm pretty excited about this topic, simply because it was requested. And I have a lot of content in my brain, and sometimes I just don't even know where to start. So getting a specific topic from someone is just huge for me because now I know what to talk about. So I hope that I shed a little bit of light on this subject for anybody who's watching. If you have any additional questions, you can reach out to me on Facebook. Some people who are watching this video know how to get a hold of me on Facebook. Those of you who do not, I have my own page. You can send me a private message there, Arlene Pratt. Or you can go to my page on Facebook called Transparency. It's not Courageous Transparency, it's just Transparency. And you can talk to me there, or you can leave a comment on this video. And like I said, I'm great with questions, so ask away. So let's start with the most basic part of feminine and masculine energy, and that's what feminine and masculine energy is. So masculine energy is doing, and feminine energy is receiving. If you were to use the example of like the yin and the yang, the white side, the yin, I don't know which one's white and which one's black, but I do know that the white side represents feminine energy and the black side represents masculine energy. You'll also notice that inside of each one of those individual energies, there is a spot of the opposite color in there. That's because we all need both energies. It's really important to have your feminine and masculine energy balanced. I do need to say this is not a gender thing. This is not a sexual orientation thing. You can be a man and be feminine energy. You can be a woman and be masculine energy. That's more common than a man being feminine energy. And when I talk about you being a certain type of energy, I'm talking about the energy that you spend most of your time in, because all of us spend time in both of the energies. And the more balanced your energies are, the more of a well-rounded person that you're just generally going to be. So these energies absolutely 100% have to be balanced in the relationship. There's no, the man has to be masculine, the woman has to be feminine. I do think on a really natural level, this is my belief, it could not be true, that it's kind of our innate nature. There are many things about us that is just natural human instinctual type things that date all the way back to the caveman days. I mean, there's so many things, like even the fact that we still grow hair. We don't need hair all over our bodies. It doesn't benefit us anymore, but we're still growing hair. So these energies in a relationship, like I said, it's really important that these energies are balanced. So what makes a relationship work is things that you have in common. What makes a relationship passionate are things that are different. So when these energies are balanced inside of a relationship, there's going to be a lot of passion, there's going to be a lot of spark, there's going to be a lot of connection. So I kind of searched around a little bit yesterday to find out what kind of information was on the internet about this particular subject, and I was really surprised to find that most of the information out there was extremely vague. I took a training 3 years ago. I want to say it was just about 3 years ago, and that's where I learned about these energies, and it was transformational for my life. Seriously, I was in a masculine energy space, could not figure out why I was attracting men who just wouldn't show up for me. They wouldn't do anything for me. They really waited for me to do everything, make the relationship work and do the first contact. I mean, I just always felt like I was chasing men in order to have them in my life. Well, once I discovered this feminine and masculine energy thing that's going on, I realized that I can't attract a masculine energy man from a masculine energy place, because masculine energy men don't hook up. They just don't. So I started working on becoming a feminine energy woman. It was amazing. The way that the men in my life started showing up for me just felt so safe and so amazing. And allowing men to be men allowed me to be a woman. And I know I'm talking about it like it's a gender thing, but I'm mostly trying to avoid saying the word minimum. My southern mouth does not like that word. It just doesn't roll off my tongue. So, like I said, both energies are very, very important. Masculine energy is what makes things happen, what gets things done in the world. And I think that women really forgot about their feminine energy. Or I should say the feminine energy was lost in the world when women entered the workplace. Because the workplace is a very masculine energy place. That's not a judgment, that's not an opinion, that's a fact. Masculine energy is what gets things done. So, of course, the workplace is going to be full of masculine energy. So, and my workplace is too. My business would not be successful at all if I didn't have a masculine energy side. But I've learned now to switch into that feminine energy when I come home and be in a place of receiving. Just kind of lean back and let my man lead us. And I know for a lot of women that's going to hit them wrong. They're going to be like, no, I'm my own woman. I take care of my own things. I do my own stuff. Okay, that's great. That's absolutely great. I have no opinion about the way that you live your life. I'm not even asking you to change it. If you want something different, like say you're a masculine energy woman and you just can't figure out why you keep meeting these men who don't do anything, you know, you make all the first moves, you make all the calls, you just always feel like, you know, pardon the word, but you just meet these men who are like spineless, and they're not spineless, honey. They are balancing out your energy. If you are a masculine energy woman, only feminine energy men are gonna come your way because they're not attracted to you. Masculine energy men can sense when a woman is in her femininity. That one was fun, right? That didn't come out right at all. So like take for example, like, you know, you've seen these women who are just like, you know, you're just looking at them and you're like, well, they're not even really attractive. I mean, they're all shapes and sizes, all races, and they just have men just fall all over them all the time. That's a feminine energy woman. And a masculine energy man can sense when a woman is in her femininity. He's so drawn to her. And it's because he's going to be able to be in a natural place of who he is when he's around her, because those energies are balanced. So, the masculine energy is very important in this world because it is what makes things happen. It really is. But the masculine energy doesn't have a lot of emotion to it. It doesn't have a lot of feeling to it. So that's why the feminine energy is very important as well, because it allows the masculine energy to feel. It allows the world to feel. And when we allow the feminine energy part of us, we allow our emotions to flow, we also help men get more in touch with their own emotions, which is completely inaccessible to them without the mirror of our feminine energy. Oops, I dropped my clicker. The famous clicker. So without feminine energy, the world hurts. It just hurts, and that's why it's very important that we have the feminine energy in the world. And without masculine energy, the world falls apart. So it's very balanced. So what makes a relationship work, I might have already said this, I hope I didn't. What makes a relationship work is things different, things in common. What makes a relationship passionate is things that are different. It creates the spark, the chemistry. The further apart those magnetic poles are, the more chemistry and intensity there will be in the relationship. These core energies truly do drive our lives. They really do. So understanding the energies at play in a relationship are very important. Like if your energies are matching each other inside of the relationship, you have the same energy, there's going to be a lot of bickering, There's going to be a lot of misunderstandings. You're not going to feel that connection. And I know it's really hard for women, especially women today, to just kind of lean back and let the man take charge and let him be the leader of the relationship. But when you allow that, it really opens your heart in a way. I'm having a really hard time explaining this. When I first got the question yesterday, I was like, oh, this is so exciting. I have a request. Yeah, I know all about these. And I do. I know all about them. But trying to explain them is a whole different story. So, let's see. Feminine energy is really oxygen to a masculine energy, man. It really is. And I know that there's, you know, probably some women out there like, why is it always on us to change? And why do we got to be different to get what we want? And I'm not asking you to be different. I'm asking you to be true to your nature, first. Secondly, another famous saying of the attorney I used to work for, I think I brought up one of his sayings in another video, is, Arlene, do you want to be right or do you want to get your way? So that's what it is. It's about wanting to be in a space that actually is true to your nature, a space that feels good. And when you're a masculine energy woman, there's just all of this, like, making things happen, this high energy, almost stress that goes on. So, like, when I'm in my feminine energy at night and I just come home and I just kind of lean back and let my honey take the lead. Actually, he kind of leads the whole relationship, not just in the evening, but just as a general rule. I feel really protected and loved by him because I call out to his masculine energy side that wants to protect. I'm really having a hard time putting this into words. I just cannot believe. I mean, I even took some notes and stuff here, but I'm just like, just stuff that popped up all day yesterday while I was, you know, thinking about the fact that I was gonna talk about this subject. I just don't even know if I can cover everything that feminine and masculine energy is in a video that's going to keep people interested. I'm at like the 13-minute mark right now, and I'm like, have I talked too long? I guess if anybody has any questions or they just really don't feel like they, you know, like they have more questions, like, okay, well, what is this, and what is this, and how do I do that? And then you guys can just, you know, reach out to me on Facebook. You can leave comments on this video. But I can't. And sometimes men will see a masculine energy role as society's rules. I listened to an interview by a guy who was talking about masculine and feminine energy and how he was dating a real feminine energy woman. And that really who he is in his true essence is a masculine energy man, but he was raised by so many women who were masculine energy that it's really easy for him to go into his feminine energy space when he's around women because that's all he knows. And he didn't even realize that until he met this real feminine energy woman who had all these rules in the relationship, like you're supposed to walk on the street side of the sidewalk, and pretend he was like, you know, bullshit rules, and very irritated by her rules, but he really liked her, so he was like, okay, well, let's just get into this. And then through the course of it, he actually found out that when he opens the car door for his woman, that not only does she feel safe and protected and cared for, but he feels very strong and like he has purpose and value in her life. as well as just, he said even walking down that side of the sidewalk, the street side of the sidewalk. At first he was like, oh, this is just really dumb. He goes, but in the moment he just felt strong and powerful, and he was like, this feels really good. And that's what it is. It's just about feeling really good and feeling really balanced. So I guess, if anybody's watching this and they're trying to apply it to a relationship, just, be really observant about your relationship right now. Do you, as a woman, do you tend to or as the feminine energy, do you tend to move into everything and make everything happen? And, do you get to this place of, well, is he thinking about me? Does he even care about me? Because thinking is masculine energy, just so you know, because that's doing. Thinking is very masculine energy. So if you're on a date with a guy, or you come home from work and you're all in your head about work, you're in a masculine energy space. And so on a subconscious level, your man could quite possibly switch to a feminine energy space. And for you, that is just going to create all of this other stuff. Why isn't he being who he normally is? Well, maybe you should look at your space. Where are you at? And if you're a masculine energy woman and you keep encountering these feminine energy men who just drive you absolutely bananas, then you've got a few options. And one of them is you can either learn to be in your feminine energy so that you can attract a masculine energy man. None of this has anything to do with how much money you earn, whether you own a business or not, none of that. This is the interpersonal relationship between you and the other person. I practice my femininity all over the place. I flirt with the world. And I don't mean I flirt with men. I mean, I flirt with the world. I flirt with babies. I flirt with trees. That sounds really weird, but I just tell the trees they're beautiful. I just flirt with everything. I find something nice to say about people when I'm in the grocery stores, and, make googly eyes at babies, and because it's a very feeling space, and then I get into this soft, loving, receiving place, and then I'm a soft spot for my masculine energy man. I don't really know how helpful I was today. I could talk for an hour, 2 hours, a week straight about the specific different parts of masculine and feminine energy and what roles they play in our life. But I think this is probably a pretty good starting point for most people who are watching and are completely unaware of these energies that are playing a role in our lives. It really is. It's the core energy that dictates our lives. So, I had somebody else reach out to me who was struggling with his marriage, and he couldn't figure out why he could never, make her feel like she wanted to be with him, and she started cheating on him with someone else who made her feel really amazing, and it came down to their energies were just completely out of balance. Completely out of balance. She was a masculine energy woman and she wanted a feminine energy man, and he was not feminine energy. He's a masculine energy man. He wants to take care of a woman. He wants to open doors for her. He wants her to feel safe. He wants her to feel protected. And so the masculine and feminine energies really do affect intimate relationships as well as your interactions with strangers throughout the day. If you're a woman and a man reaches to grab the door for you, if you let him open that door for you, not only do you get to feel like someone was nice and kind and helpful to you, he gets to feel like a man for a minute. He gets to feel appreciated. And that's the whole thing. Women, they want to pay back the men for doing the nice things that they do for them, when really the best gift that you can give a man when he does something for you is appreciation. Show him appreciation, because that makes them feel good, that makes them feel valued. And for a man who wants to make a woman feel loved or feel good. It's about doing things for her that make her feel good. Draw her a bath, make her dinner one night. Just let her lean back into her feminine energy and just receive and feel, because it's probably been a long time since she was allowed to be in her feminine energy. And when she's not allowed to be in her feminine energy, she can't allow you to be in your masculine energy. So if you're somebody who was looking at this to help a relationship, just kind of look at your relationship and see if you guys are in the same energy, or if you're in the wrong energies, or if maybe you could swap energies occasionally. I think a lot of the friction and stuff in the world right now is we're all trying to be the same. We're all trying to be the same. And I think probably why I'm struggling the most with this particular video is because almost everything that comes out of my mouth right now, I feel like I'm gonna offend a woman. Women are so just rigid right now in their ability to take care of themselves, and this is not a video about you needing a man. It's not at all. It's about understanding these energies and how they work so that you can make things in your life work better. You can have a better understanding of people. And, you know, if you just want to try it out on somebody small and you're a man, try opening a door for a woman and see. You'll be able to tell which energy she's in immediately. Yes. If you go to open the door for her and she's like, she's very masculine energy in that moment. But if you happen to come across a feminine energy woman and you open the door for her, she's going to be very grateful. She's going to be gracious. She's going to be like, oh my gosh, thank you. That was so nice. She's going to acknowledge it, because that's what feminine energy does. And then, you know, women, you know, if you want to try it out and see what feminine energy feels like in your like mostly masculine energy, when a man, whether it's a stranger or a brother or dad or a significant other, whatever it is, tries to open a door for you or get you something, just lean back and let them do that. Let a man do something for you. And show them your appreciation for it, and then just see how that feels. It just feels free and flowing with like the energies, the way that the energies were instinctively designed many, many millennials ago. So anyway, I guess that's a good spot for me to stop. I know that I'm struggling with this video because I've said anyway very many times. So I'm gonna let this go now, and I'll be back tomorrow. I hope I helped someone. I really enjoyed this subject, so if anybody wants some additional advice or questions, I know I've said it before, please just reach out to me. Find me on Facebook at Transparency. Send me a private message, Arlene Pratt, or just leave a comment here, because I really feel like people are going to have questions that I haven't answered. And I think that once you can understand these energies, it really is life-changing. It helps you see the world differently, feel differently in the world. And the world needs these energies balanced right now. It's some of the problem. We have entirely too much masculine energy in the world, and the world hurts without feminine energy. So come on, let's bring some feminine energy in. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.